welcome to our session. Welcome to our channel, Intelligible Tutorials. In this today's session, we are going to discuss about the linear regression, which is a supervised learning technique. And in the supervised learning technique, we have two methods. One is classification and another one is the regression. Classification directly predicts the continuous values, whereas the classification directly predicts the Boolean values, whereas the linear regression predicts the continuous values. So it predicts the fraction part or the continuous values. It is also one of the supervised learning mechanism. So now and it is also considered as one of the easiest and most popular machine learning algorithms, and as well as a statistical method used for the predictive analysis. Normally, what kind of the values it is going to predict is sales, salary, age, product price, and stock market exchange. All these are the fraction part which it is going to predict. So it is as discussed one of the method of the supervised learning which is going to predict the continuous values. Okay, so next, how this predicts the values? Why the name has given as the linear regression? See here we are having two different kind of the variables. One is dependent variable on y-axis and independent variables on x-axis, and the data points are these and the linear regression is this. We can predict the line of the regression is this. These are the data points. We can predict the data points in this line of the regression. So this is the independent variables and this is the dependent variable. So we can predict like this the data points which lies on line of the regression like this. It's a continuous line, so the data points lies on this particular line. Okay, so how this can be mathematically represented? See, mathematically we can represent the linear regression as y is equal to a0 plus a1 plus e. So what is the y here is nothing but one kind of a dependent variable or the target variable. We can call a dependent variable also as a target variable, and as well as x is a independent variable which is a predictor variable. Okay, so these y are many number of the values. So these are the many number of the variables which are dependent variables, and x is the independent variable which is going to be predicted. And what is a0 here? It is a intercept of the line, and a1 is the linear regression coefficient and sigma is the random error. So a0 is the intercept of line and a1 is the linear regression coefficient, and sigma is the random error. So we can represent this as y is equal to mx plus c. Then y is equal to dependent variable as in the form of the y is equal to mx plus c. Y is the independent variable, x is the dependent variable, x is the independent variable, and a0 is the intercept of the line, and a1 is the linear regression coefficient. This is scale factor for to each input value, and e or sigma is the random error. So we can represent the linear regression like this in a line, straight line, which is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. What are the types of linear regression now we are having? There are two types of the linear regression. Simple linear regression, where single independent variable or single predictor variable will be there, and multiple linear regression, where multiple independent variables and multiple predictor variables will be there. Okay, so there are normally two types of linear regression, which one is simple linear regression and as well as multiple linear regression. And linear regression line, a linear line showing the relationship between the dependent and independent variables normally is called as the regression line. Okay, so see in this past diagram, this is the line of regression or the regression line, which is going to show the relationship between the dependent variable and as well as independent variables. So the x and y, those are y and as well as the x. So this is called the linear line of regression, where the predicted data points are lies on this particular line or near to that particular line. Okay, so then a regression line can show normally two types of the relationship. This regression line normally shows positively and as well as the negatively. So what is positive kind of relationship and what is negative kind of relationship? See here in this diagram, it is showing the positive linear relationship. It is the positive line of the regression which is increasing. The line of equation will be y is equal to a0 plus a1x. So this progression is called as a positive progression of the regression line. And coming to the next one, negative linearship, which comes down. So this is the negative line of the regression where y is equal to minus a naught plus a1x. The line of the equation will be having some set of the minus values for negative regression, that is equal to y is equal to minus a1 minus a0 plus a1x, like this. So it shows as one kind of negative relationship. Okay, so this is about the linear relationship. In my coming videos, I will discuss more regarding this linear relationship. In my past videos, I discussed some of the information regarding the linear, classification and as well as the regression differentiation. So you watch my past machine learning videos so that you can get a clear view of all these things of the machine learning. So if at all you want to give any suggestions, please suggest in the comment box, or if at all you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel Intelligible Tutorials. Thank you one and all.